Modem. Most people blame this box when the internet feels slow. But speed was never its job. Its name is two jobs fused together, modulator and demodulator. And that's the whole story. Your provider sends data down a cable or fiber line as a wave. Your devices only read ones and zeros. This thing rewrites one into the other, both directions, constantly. Older units handled this over copper phone lines and crawled. Today's versions ride fiber and barely break a sweat. Picture your house as a building with one door to the street, and this is it. The catch is that being the only door makes it a single point of failure. When this dies, the whole place goes dark. And it's usually the one box you can't just swap yourself. Everything coming up just decides where the connection goes once this thing drags it inside. Router. This is the box everyone confuses with the last one, and the mix-up is fair. They often live in the same plastic shell, but they do opposite jobs. That first device brings in one connection. This one splits that single line across everything you own. Laptop, phone, console, TV, doorbell. It hands each a private address, tracks which is which, and when three of them ask for different things at once, it makes sure Netflix doesn't land on your phone and email doesn't end up on the TV. The trick that lets a dozen gadgets share one public address has a name: NAT, Network Address Translation. Most also bury a small switch and a basic firewall inside, which is exactly why nobody can keep the name straight. The catch is that all that sorting is a decision, and decisions cost time. A cheap one chokes the moment 40 hungry devices pile on, which is why just upgrade your plan rarely fixes a house that's actually drowning in its own rotor. Switch. Here's a problem the router quietly creates. It only has 4 or 5 spots to plug things into. Run out, and you'd assume you need a second router. You need this instead. It's a row of extra ports anywhere from 5 to 48, and it's far smarter than the dumb panel it resembles. It keeps a table of every device's hardware ID and which port it sits on, so when data shows up, it doesn't shout down every wire. It sends it straight to the machine that asked. That's called working at layer 2, and the payoff is every device getting its own clean lane instead of elbowing the others for room. Managed versions exist too, letting you carve the network into segments and watch traffic, but most homes never need that layer. The trade-off: a basic one is oblivious to everything except delivery. No controls, no logs, nothing to sign into when something breaks. It just works, silently, for years, which is why people forget it's there. Hub looks almost identical to what we just covered. Same rows of ports, same boxy shell. But this one's the fossil, the thing switches quietly replaced. A switch sends data to one port. This thing has no clue who's plugged into it, so it does the only move it knows. It copies every message to every port and lets the machines work out what was meant for them. When two devices talk at the same moment, the signals crash into each other. An actual named event, a collision, and both have to shut up, wait a random moment, and try again. Worse, every machine shared the same sliver of bandwidth, so adding devices made the whole thing crawl rather than grow at all over time. That's why you basically can't buy one now. Same job, none of the brains. The second affordable switches showed up in the late 90s. This became a thing you find in a junk drawer, not a network. Access point, quick one. How many of these 8 devices do you actually have running at home right now? Drop the number in the comments. And if this is finally making the whole mess click, the like button genuinely helps a channel like this. Now this device. Plenty of routers already pump out Wi-Fi, so why does it exist alone? Because a router's signal only reaches so far, and walls eat it alive. This box takes a wired connection and turns it into a fresh pool of Wi-Fi wherever you mount it. The far bedroom, the garage that's always had a single SAD bar. It holds dozens, sometimes hundreds of devices at once, and speaks whatever's current. Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7, depending on the model. Cluster several of them under one controller, and they hand a moving phone off mid-call, so the Wi-Fi never seems to drop. What it won't do is route traffics or hand out addresses. It's just a wireless mouth bolted onto a network that already exists. The catch is it needs a cable run to wherever you put it, which is why you spot these screwed into office ceilings and almost never behind a sofa. Repeater, which raises the obvious objection. What if you can't run a cable to that dead zone? This is the lazy fix, and lazy isn't always wrong. Instead of plugging into the network, it snatches your existing Wi-Fi out of the air and yells it again, further out. 2 minutes to set up, no drilling, no cable. The problem is pure physics. It has to catch the signal and resend it on the same radio, which roughly halves the speed for everything behind it. You trade a dead corner for a slow one. Mesh systems fix the worst of it by talking on a separate hidden band, but a true cabled link still beats them. It's the difference between a real extension and a megaphone aimed at another megaphone. Often it's the reason one room has Wi-Fi that technically works and practically doesn't. Firewall. Every device so far has been about getting data in and moving it around. This one's job is the reverse, deciding what never gets in at all. Everything crossing the internet arrives in small chunks called packets, and each one wears a label. Where it came from, where it's headed, which door it's knocking on. This reads those labels against a list of rules and makes a split-second call. Let it through or kill it. Better ones peek inside the packet itself, not just the label, catching threats that wear an innocent address as a disguise. A stranger quietly testing your ports at 3 in the morning gets stopped before any of your devices feel the knock. Sometimes it's a physical box in front of the network. Sometimes it's software, like the one already running inside Windows. The catch hides in plain sight. It only enforces the rules it's handed, so a sloppy rule set is a deadbolt with the key taped to the frame. NIC. And the last one is the only device here you've never actually looked at, because it's hiding inside every other thing you own. Every laptop, phone, console, and smart whatever carries a small piece of hardware whose entire job is to physically talk to the network, turning your ones and zeros into a signal on a wire or a wave in the air. It's usually soldered onto the motherboard, so you'll never see it. But here's the quietly wild part. Each one leaves the factory stamped with a MAC address, a number no other device on the planet shares, baked in before it was ever boxed. That's how every device we just walked through tells you apart from your neighbor.